Wow, I'm so excited. Yay, we are here. Welcome to the Love Your Life show. We're in season 2 at the moment. And yes, I have Jane Winter coming to play with us today. So you may be very, very excited to know she's joining us from Hawaii. And Jane Winter has actually been in private practice for over 35 years as a marriage and family counselor working with individuals, couples and families. She calls her work beyond therapy because of all the new methods of vibrational healing available that are much quicker and much more effective. Her real credentials are her personal evolution as a soul with many teachers, but especially with Rika Zimmerman for the past 7 years, her 3 grown children and 4 granddaughters, as well as her 39-year marriage, have also contributed to her development as a soul on this planet. She channels the divine feminine, bringing love and support to all those she works with. She always lovingly used relationships as a spiritual path. She's lived on Kauai, yes, the Kauai, in Hawaii for the last 30 years, and she uses nature as her co-therapist, as the Hawaiian culture to assist with healing. So she has many, many, many amazing gifts to give us today. And one of the things we're going to be speaking about today, I'm going to get into in a moment, but first I want to just introduce Jane into the room. Jane, you are there, yes?
Aloha, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yay!
We were talking about we've all moved along, so it's fun to check in along the path and see what's up for each of us in this new time.
It's so wonderful, and I know that today we were just chatting before we started the call about some of the experiences that you've been having, and the main thing we're going to be chatting about today is seeing through the illusion to our real selves, and also a bit about conscious dying. So like some of the things like, why is it so hard to remember who we are, looking through the roles and identities that we put ourselves into as like we're becoming somebody's school, you know, like being in school, and getting to the truth of why we're actually here. And then also changing the paradigm of death experiences, which is quite a bit of what you've been playing with over the last couple of weeks, I believe. Jane?
Absolutely. Yeah, I had a surprise thing happen for me. It's like physically I was feeling really heavy and forgetful, and I couldn't track time, and I just have always had so much energy and enthusiasm for life, and I just kind of hit this other place. And I was on the Masters in Action call that you were on last night, and Kate Bruder said to me, why don't you just relax into it? Why don't you just be with it and love it and go there? And so I really slowed down, and my body told me that I really wasn't taking care of myself well. I was really putting everything else in front of me. And I really needed space. I needed to rest. I needed to be in nature. I needed to slow down. So I had a lot of time to, I canceled a lot of things and just hung out with this space. And all these people are talking about our ascension and our evolution. And I don't know about that, but I just definitely feel like there's so many changes going on in my cells and my DNA. And that needs my attention. And what happened to me? How did I get... me, who's been on this path forever, and I'm so dedicated to midwifing people back to God in my work, I got lost myself. So I was remembering this metaphor I heard Ram Dass say, that, you know, as soon as we get born, we go into this somebody training, like, who am I going to be, and how am I going to be enough, and how am I going to prove myself? And so we kind of go into these roles and identities, and he has this little thing where he has like a channel changer, and he talks about first channel we come in, we're physical. We look through the physical. I'm a woman, I'm a man, I'm old, I'm young, I'm skinny, I'm fat. So our reality is seen through just the physical. And then when you go to the next level, you get into the emotional level, which is I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm schizophrenic, I'm whatever, you know, like all we follow our, and that gives us our stories and our roles and our identities, and it deciphers what we do.
Mm.
And then we change the channel again, and we get into this new age channel where we're making up these shows and seeking and like keeping wanting to evolve and learn. And I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Leo, and you're a Scorpio, and we start categorizing ourselves through our paths, right?
Mm.
And one day we change the channel and we look in the mirror and we see that beautiful being over there, and I feel your soul, and I remember that I'm a soul, and we help each other learn our lessons from a deeper place. And then finally I get to the place where I look in the mirror, or I'm out walking, or anywhere, we are all one. I'm one with the trees. I'm one with the whales. I'm one with you right now and all the people on this call. And there really is no separation. So that is, you know, we get to that place, but most people and most of my clients before I got with the coaches see life through channels 1 and 2. You know, what am I going to get done today? Who am I going to impress? How am I going to earn love? All these things, right? So working from that and having my own practice, I can have a lot of doing in my life, and I have to be on the computer a lot, and technology is like my kryptonite, you know. It's just like it, you know, it's not a natural thing for me. So anyway, I just got spun out there, but more deeply, I'm surrendering to this evolutionary change for all of us as mankind. And I'm doing my remembering of myself as a divine being and love, and that is the truth of who I am. And it's just real interesting with how we have our lives set up and schedules and time. I let myself experiment with going out of time for a while because I was trying to hold on to time because I was getting late for things and forgetting appointments, and I thought, oh my God, I'm losing it, you know. But really, I was finding it because once I gave up that paradigm of time that I had to fit into and started moving from my center, like you were talking to me about what Peru is doing for you. So now I'm moving from my heart and my what's perfect for me, and then taking care of the other things. Like I was meditating before the show, and all of a sudden a call came in from somebody going to Hawaii that needed some answers, and I caught myself in the habit of answering that email instead of settling into the ecstasy of love that we are and sharing this with you. You know, it's just like old habits, taking care of business. But, you know, the truth of it, we have nothing to prove. And there's no place. And we are love. And, you know, whether we use nature, like Nicole just shared with us about the beautiful whale sounds, or we use the Aina of Hawaii, or the land, or the mountains of Peru. The truth is, it's all here. We just get spun out in looking through the wrong channels. Well, into the earlier that had our identity in small places.
Yes. Oh, wow, I love that. So, you know, it's almost like you've built these blocks of awareness to say, you know, this is where we used to resonate, and then we resonated here.
Yes.
And then now there's this whole open channel available to us if we put ourselves in the space and awareness to see it. It's there, it's available, which it's almost felt like it wasn't available before.
Right. Well,
Does that
like
make
we
sense?
thought we had to get to it or do something or prove something or be somebody. And the truth is like what I'm doing is, okay, I'm a therapist, I'm a coach, I'm a mother, but that's just what I'm doing. That has nothing to do with who I am. Those are
Yeah.
just the roles I've played. And yes, I
Mm.
can bring who I am, the love of who I am, into those. But I don't want to get mixed up into thinking that's who I am, because that's
Mm.
outside
Mm.
off my, my core and my soul. So
Mm.
real simple, and I have a little meditation for us. I just been focusing on love and being love again. And it's just such a simple practice
Mm.
and a good place that I want to operate from,
Mm.
so that I am the vehicle and I am emitting this love, so that what's attracted to me comes back and we can play in that realm. Yeah, so
Mm.
it's this is nothing new, nothing nobody doesn't know about, but because it's so ripe for me, and I just got so derailed off of my soul and who I really
Mm.
am, I thought, well, I'll just share this little bit, because that's really my credentials, is what I learned in my own life.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, wonderful! Well, I'm looking forward to this little meditation right now. So anyone who's on the call, I think I've got Katie who's been saying hello in there. Katie, hello, 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 hello. But
He was the one that inspired me on to go down this whole road. Yeah.
there we go, there we go. And one of the things I've been recognizing about Katie, she's got the ability of support. She's like she's got such a good a cup for you to be. You should just
Yes.
be who you are. And that's one of the things that I've recognized about Katie as I've been playing with her a bit, is she has such a great ability to offer support and say yes, yes, yes.
What I,
So yeah, just
what I said to her on one of our calls, I think you were even on it, is she to me, Katie's like stability, and it's the stability from being, not doing. She just brings
mm,
this level of stability, like the mountains do for you, like
mm,
the Aina in
mm,
Kauai does for me. She's the
mm,
ground of being, and it just brings me great peace, and I always feel real stable with her.
mm,
That's my
mm,
experience of Katie. Mahalo, Katie.
mm. Mm. Yay! Okay, so let's play. Let's do this meditation. She's saying hello, so let's do this. I'm excited. Woohoo!
Right. So let's just start taking some deep breaths and just relaxing and feeling our feet on the ground. Ah, we're so grateful to Gaia, Mother Earth. Just feel your connection to her and all the nature beings she brings us to remind us of who we are. Feel yourself ground down into that crystal, Ma, Mother Earth, Gaia. And bring that energy up through your legs, all the way into your heart. Let your heart open like a flower. Just open, open. Breathe relaxation into your being, so that you can just feel your center of love in your heart. And now bring your attention above your head and let it expand out and out and up and up. And let's just connect with all those unseen beings, our angels, our ancestors, our Amakua, all the unseen beings that are just waiting for us to call them in. And that's what we're doing today. We're just calling them in, just to support us in the highest good for each of us on this call, and now, or whoever listens later. So let's just bring that energy of all the angels down back into our heart. Take a deep breath. Just relax more in this moment. And imagine yourself feeling more love from someone than you've ever known. Feeling more love than your mother felt for you as an infant, more love than how your father loved you, more love than your most intimate partner could ever give you, and more love than you've ever felt from anyone or anything in this lifetime. This lover we're feeling inside doesn't need anything from you, isn't looking for gratification, and wants only your complete fulfillment. You are loved for who you are, just existing, and there's nothing to do to earn it. You are loved just for being. Your shortcomings, your insecurities, your bank account, these things are not cared about in this realm. They really don't matter. And what's beautiful about this love that you're feeling is it's a love that can never be taken away from you, and it's always there. So imagine immersing yourself in this love, just as you would as if you were climbing into a warm bath. And just let it relax you and hold you. Maybe you want to imagine light coming in through your crown chakra. As it washes through you, it's igniting your memory of love, of where you came from and who you really are. And feel the portal that this love brings you to connect to all there is. It's actually a doorway to connect you back to source. And just let yourself feel in your spiritual heart, below your regular heart, the I am of who you are. The I am who is here for love, to give and receive love, and doesn't have to do anything to earn it. It's not so much of a feeling as it is a space. It's like the space of Katie Bruder that's like being. It's a being energy. So it's a sense of being rather than feeling. So just let that sense of your belovedness travel throughout every cell in your body and into your DNA. And remember, you're a gift from God. And we're a gift to each other. And we're always held here. And we can return to our hearts, our deep spiritual hearts that remember who we are beyond the roles, beyond identities. We are love. So just breathe that in. Let yourself emerge from the blessing of the love that you are.
Wow. Wow. That was beautiful. And I think that the chickens in the background were definitely contributing their love.
Oh, good. You can come. I love it. Yeah, the chickens are always all around, clucking their love.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful because
Yeah, go ahead.
when the sun rises, the chickens are like, yes, it's a brand new day. Yes, everyone wake up, it's a brand new day.
Yes. So that's such a simple thing. And of course, we can use nature or meditation. But if we just feel ourselves as love before we get out of bed in the morning, and we use that to steer ourselves, we don't really have to worry about the plan or figuring it out or any of that stuff. It's so relaxing, you know? Yeah.
Very, very. Like I could feel, when you spoke about the love of your parents' love, it's beyond a partner's love, it's beyond any kind of love that you've experienced, and it's just so it's so all embodying, and it's so completely accepting and loving and nurturing, and it needs nothing required from you in order to be this love. I could feel that energy, and it was like, like just I don't have to be anything, I don't have to do anything, I don't have to try and perfection in order for them to love me. It's just completely releasing all of that and feeling what would the love look like that has been any other love experience. And when asking that question, I could feel it flood my body.
Cool.
It was beautiful.
Cool. Yeah, and it's just a way to keep on target. I mean, and it's it's where the illusion is born, is like in those first two channels we talked about. And so those are so strong that if we don't have the center that we're focusing and moving from, feeling and being, really. And then, what's ironic is that, like, I can do this call or I can see clients, and it's not a should or a push, but when I'm just being a midwife for love, it's so much easier. It's so much easier. I'm not in any role. Oh, and this is really important, what I learned. I am not responsible. I get ascension confused with responsibility. Like, I'm just the conduit. What they do with it is their business. And I know that intellectually, but in my earlier channels 1 and 2, my identity was to help people and save the world and all this stuff. It's just totally got sloughing off, and now I'm just coming from the love that I am, and it's just, it's way fuller and way easier.
And I'm feeling the energy of what you said, with coming from the love that you are, like no responsibility involved in that. And we were speaking earlier about some little puppies that I've kind of been fostering for the last over the last, and like you said, my fiance said, you mustn't take them because they're going to become our responsibility. And I was like, I wasn't coming from that space of, oh, I'm responsible. I was just coming from showing these poor little puppies, they just need a bit of love, and they were so timid and scared, and it's almost a lot like the way that we are when we're children. If we get disapproved of or whatever, that sticks in sometimes inside of us, and we think that we're not lovable. And then it's just like when they had that love and they got some food and were given some shelter, they just bounced out. The energy was just the love that they have, joy, complete.
Yes.
So I get exactly where you're coming with that.
Pardon me? Go ahead. Say that again.
I said, I get exactly the feeling that you're creating with that. It makes total sense.
That's why nature is such a great conduit. But if you get the responsibility, like I've got to, find a home for these dogs, and you're like missing the message of love that they actually got you sparked in. And
exactly.
And I already told you this, but I was feeling that you're going to keep those dogs, but if you get it from the place of exchanging love in your heart like you are, wow, that's the gift that animals bring us, and sometimes we can get animals, sometimes we can swim with the whales, and sometimes it's just us remembering that we are love, and that draws in. See, you drew those puppies in, you created that to re-spark you,
Wow.
Yeah. They're like little gifts of bundles of joy and play for you.
Yes. Wow. That I didn't think about it like that. It's just like my eyes are tearing up now. But I didn't think about it like that because I think sometimes we get so caught up in our mind side.
Yes.
We don't recognize the gift that we are being. Like, the gift that we can be to a land space. Like, what if, for example, like I know you setting things up with Rika in Hawaii. What if, for example, someone going to Hawaii is waiting for them. Hawaii is like, I I'm craving or choosing or would love to have the gift that you are be here with me. Instead of, we always think it's Hawaii giving us a gift, which it is giving a gift, but what if we are the gift to Hawaii, for example? You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
We're all one, you know, in the highest channel, we're all connected anyway. We are the tropics. We are lusciousness. We are ease and beautiful air and oceans of and mountains, and it's so beautiful in Hawaii because nature's available and we live outside a lot. So what if we're bringing our gifts of our healing love to Hawaii? I think that's absolutely beautiful. There's no inequality anymore. You know, we're all connected. So beautiful.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Katie is saying puppy power, and she's saying she loves the space you've created. She's also got tears, and she's accepting all the love that she has for herself. Yes, Katie, I love that. Wonderful. Puppy power.
What's ironic to me is in the middle of all this, when I was really struggling, is I went to this group that I meet with, which is about conscious dying on Kauai, and we can talk about that in a minute. But someone handed me this book of near-death experiences of people who have died and come back, and they write about their experience, you know? And it's beautiful because it's like all kinds of people, like agnostic, Jewish, Catholic, Buddhist, like all walks of life. And yet there's some similar things. And it blew my mind because it's all about the divine and the love of God for us. And these people who have actually, like, I'm feeling my knowing that this is where I came from and where I'll return to. These people actually died and came back. And all their stories are about the divinity in their life. And, you know, it's just, they all see the light. They all see love. They all have a life review where they get to see their whole life. And that was real inspiring for me to want to do my life review now. And imagine, as I'm moving from the center of God's love, every choice I make, if I saw it in the review, I would be really, really thrilled about it, you know? Like I would see, I could choose a choice that when I look back, I'll be, you know, it'll be Pono for me. So I don't know. It really helped me to read these people's stories. And it was like another reminder. And, you know, it's just like I happen to be in this meeting and someone hands me this book. And that's what's available, you know, that simplicity and that magic. There's reminders and help for us all day, every day. We don't necessarily need a guru, but we, among us, like in our master's group, oh my God, there's so much wisdom. We have the knowing. We just got to help each other remember.
And I love that because it's almost as if it's not anything new that we're learning. It's, you know, that's like that bottom layer. It's more about remembering what we already know and just sparking it with vibration and energy.
Yeah, and we have to still our minds and all our habits and all our identities and all our shoulds and quit trying to earn it and just be it and put our awareness there so that we can move through life from that place. And then people, and like, I don't even advertise. My practice is really busy. And I just feel like God brings me who's supposed to come to my, you know what I mean? Yeah, I have a website and yeah, I have all that, but you know, it's more like, wow, it's amazing who comes in my door. And I can just relax about that, you know? And I can choose who I want to work with too, you know? I have certain requirements at this point, but yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So that was really, really validating to see that people who actually go back into it are feeling the divine, and all the things we're teaching as coaches, that's all what they experience on the other side. So that kind of blew me.
Wow. That is amazing. That is really amazing. And also, just something, a little idea, an inkling came to me now because Katie just said this. I feel like I've been mourning the death of my 3D self lately, and almost like you're speaking about the death process. And
Yeah.
it's almost, and the outer body experiences and all those things. And isn't it something that's happening with a lot of beings on the planet at the moment? Is we're moving from the 3D to the 5D, so we're needing to let go of this. And there was just the 9/9 recently with the Mercury retrograde, which is all about releasing the old. And it's interesting how this is happening at this point in time. Yes.
Yes, and how much easier if we surrender to that and shedding those old identities and shedding those old rules. And, you know, and I think honestly that our bodies are really going through it, moving from one energy level to another, you know, and that's what we're feeling is some of the shedding. And that's why we might need to sleep more, rest more or something, you know. But yeah, we're all in on this, and this is a great ride. So if we can help each other remember who we really are and move from that place, it's going to make the letting go of the old and mourning it if we have to, crying if we feel like cry, releasing it. And if we can practice this, you know, now, then when it comes time for us to die and our ultimate letting go, we'll be able to choose that too and just see that as the next level of where we're going instead of being all hung up about death being such a horrible thing, you know. One of the things I'm doing with this group on Kauai is we're trying to change the paradigm of death to something holy and sacred and beautiful from being a failure or like something's wrong if you're dying, you know, and return it to the community and return it to the responsibility of helping each other die, which we're actually doing in this shifting. We're helping each other die to the old and welcome in the new. So having the community be involved in that, have the community help us make that passage sacred, and then take care of our bodies, of our beloved ones, instead of sending it to a cemetery. We're going to have a death store on Kauai where you're going to be able to buy your own caskets and decorate them and make them into a non-expensive, non-earth polluting thing, so that we can all be involved in this whole ritual of the passing out of our bodies into the next step. And so, yeah, it's like, I think we're practicing right now what Katie said about mourning the 3D body and all the identities of that and all those things we thought we were, which have nothing to do with who we are. Just letting that dissolve and fall away. And then welcoming in this heaven on earth. Okay, so what would I really like to create? What energy do I really want to completely choose from my guidance and my heart and my spiritual soul, and letting that unravel easily. The effort is from the old world. This is what I believe in. The effort was when I was trying to prove something or be something when I was in somebody's school. But we've graduated from somebody's school. We are the I am. We are I am already. So we don't have to do all that scrambling. And we can mourn because it was fun, you know. It's fun saying I'm a therapist. It's fun being a mother, you know. It's like it gave me meaning for a certain time of my life, but now I'm evolving. We're all evolving to all these senses we've never used before. all these ways of receiving energy, you know, from nature, from the animals, from the plant world. Oh my God, the plant world just gives us so many messages. Our bodies. Yeah, so I think we're evolving into, we're practicing for the ultimate let go, which I imagine would be dropping this body and going back home, just in our daily lives. And I love that Katie's bringing in mourning, because if something's precious to you and it shifts in its energy, it's okay to be sad about that and mourn that, you know? Oh, I like that she brought that in. But go ahead.
Yes, she also said the graduation. And I love how you said about like also getting the somebody syndrome. You know,
Yes.
and it also brings to mind a movie, I can't remember what it was, but I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was basically inside this, it was a cartoon, an animation where they were inside this little child's mind. And it was like you had happy and sad, and I can't remember what the movie's name was now, but it's almost like sad was always being pushed aside, like, oh, you're going to make her sad. And eventually she was getting to the point where you need to do something. And then it was weird because the sad and the happy came together, and it was the mixture of the sad and the happy, which was it was bringing you to a different dimension.
Right.
You know, where you didn't have black and white, it was mixture.
And you know, I mean, I've been a therapist. I used to think getting into your feelings was like where we were all going, you know? I mean, that was like when you hit the truth. We used to beat pillows and scream and all kinds of stuff. But, you know, because that was as far as we've gotten in the channels, you know? And, but there's something so much greater than just our emotions. Our knowing is just is more like where we're going for guidance than just the emotions can be a doorway, like the portal of immersing yourself in love is a doorway to connecting to all of oneness, you know, emotions. But there is something underneath that. Like, I don't really, the only rule I have is people can't say I don't know in my sessions or my groups, because we do know. They may not want to bring it to their consciousness, which is okay, that's a choice, but that's a lie that we don't know. We do know. And as we're moving into this new evolution of 5D world, or heaven on earth, or whatever you want to call it, it's like we're finding our resources from new places and from each other. I mean, look at this beautiful platform you created for us to be expressive in. And look at the Coaches in Action that I'm with Katie in, where she gives me the seed and the kernel for me to remember who I am and to feel it all. And I didn't pay her anything. And I don't know, I just think that exchange of empowerment and remembrance of who we are is the way we will interact in the new dimension. Oh, and we're on our way, don't you think? I mean, don't you think we really?
Totally.
Yeah. Oh. And we each bring such a beautiful piece of the symphony, you know, like, you know, you're doing it in Peru, I'm doing it in Hawaii, Nicole's in, you know, Colorado, and Rika's all over the place. But but we just each bring our own vibration, and that's all we have to do. And because we're coming in different floors, it's the communion that brings us up to me, you know.
It's almost like with one of the things that's just come to me as we're speaking now is something about harmony.
Uh-huh.
And recognizing, it's just giving me an awareness of recognizing the show that is being created at the moment. Yes, I'm setting the platform, but it's not my show. It's everyone's show. It belongs to everyone. It belongs to all of us. Everyone who watches it, everyone who plays in it, everyone. And it's almost like every person who is involved or plays is playing a harmonious chord, and we're all playing in harmony together. Our chords together are creating this whole new sound, this whole new vibration, this whole new energy. And we're creating something completely new, never been here before.
Exactly.
When you mentioned that harmony, it just came like, wow.
Yes, and love is the soup we play in, because if the more we love ourselves, the more we have to give each other, and the more we can bring each other up with our vibration. And it is, I'm so grateful I'm still alive to play in this energy. And I'm so grateful for this body carrying me all these years, and that I'm still learning is so exciting to me, and that I have people like you and Katie and Melissa and all the coaches. I mean, I used to feel so alone because I've been on this path a long time, and to find like beings that do want to ascend and evolve and can speak that language with me, that's like heaven for me. And then this format that you provide for each of us to bring our piece of the harmony, whatever instrument we want to play, to put in. Nicole brings the whales, and I just bring the reminder of that we're love. I mean, it's like, it's so simple, but it's so profound. And, and you give us the platform. And yes, it's all of us, I am the speaker and I am the receiver in this. It's so beautiful. That is the new heaven on earth. That's where my experience of what I'm coming to. And then there's who knows and who needs to know. But as we open our senses and all these unused parts of ourselves, and we're able to channel and really open to the gift of green, the vibration of green, and receive all that, and listen to the communications from our animals and the puppies and the whales and the chickens. Man, it's really cool. People always tell me they're afraid of the unknown, and I say, bring it on, baby. To me, the unknown is where all the possibilities live. And that is friggin' exciting, because anything can happen. And we've dipped our toes into it, and I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful to this body and to my being and to all the beings that are playing in heaven on earth with me. It's really a gift. It's really a gift. And I say, everybody, come on as the love that you are, and remember that, and then let it move through you, and don't worry about it. You don't have to do 15 sessions to remember. You just have to smell a flower, or take a few moments of being. Being is where that life force lives.
Yeah. I mean, you've really just completely put it in such a nice little bite-sized like a little bite-sized bit of information, which is what I love about you, Jane. It's like you have this way of taking something that almost feels so, and just saying, just this, sweetheart, this, here it is, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoop, oh, there it all is, which is, it's very powerful, because I think sometimes, especially with spirituality, it gets kind of this label of being spirituality into something that you achieve, and then like our Western mind goes, what can I do to achieve this? Oh, I must get my leg behind my head in my yoga posture. Then I am the most spiritual. And it's just,
It's crazy.
everyone is spiritual. We're spiritual all the time.
That's who we are. That's why I love that thing. Rika, she used to always tweak me when she used to say, you can't give or receive love. I went, what? I've been doing this my whole life. No, you can't give or receive it because you are it. That's who you are. There's no, there's no manipulating it. It just is. Now, isn't that a relief? It's so beautiful. And in one of our calls this week, Rika asked us to kind of do our mission statement, our vision of who we are in a few words. And in going through remembering this process and then in doing this with you, it's like I feel like in this incarnation, I am here to have people remember that they're God. And so that, whatever tools I use or whatever, I'm not really in a role. I'm just bringing my own heart to that. And it's really that simple. And it's so beautiful and such a gift. So mahalo, Beverley, mahalo, all the players, all us way showers, all us, we're no longer seeking, we're it. We are it. And we just get to show up and love each other. Hallelujah.
I love that. And one of the things is, I think it was on the call with Melissa, is one of the things that I've also recognized is part of the thing of the show is allowing others who are a part of our soul group, who are also way showers that know this information or that resonate with this, to know we're here. We're here.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to feel like you're alone anymore. You don't have to feel like you're crazy anymore. You don't have to feel like anything like that. We're here, and come play with us,
Love each other. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
that's,
we're supported. We are swimming through an ocean of love, and we're supported. And it's such a, there's no like giving and taking. It's all like, I love being on those Masters in Action classes. I've done 2 of them now, just because hearing each person's expression in my tribe is so uplifting for me. It's just so good. I haven't had anybody to go to, other than Rika. So right now I have an ocean of people that are willing to love and give and receive love. Yes, we're not alone.
Yes. And Katie's just saying, I am the safe spot or the doorway for people to come home through. And I can definitely feel that, Katie. That is like...
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow. Wow. So, Jane, if anyone who is watching this now or in the future or in... would like to get in contact with you, is it Healing Vacations that they can, the website, is that your website still?
Yes, it's Healing Vacation. It's singular. Healing Vacation.
Okay.
And you can contact me. I do Skype sessions with people all over the world. You can email me. You can call me. I'm on the phone a lot. I'm talking to a lot of people about the workshops, and so I get a lot of connection with conscious beings. And and then there's all these ways we're coming together outside the old traditionals of appointments and sessions and all that. So, but it's sometimes it's really nice just to get that one-on-one. And so I'm just here to ride the wave of love and help you remember who you really are. And we could have some fun together. It's fun now. it's not hard anymore, you know. It's fun remembering.
And it's been really wonderful to have you on the show. And I also feel with the fun, we said it's fun remembering. It's almost like when you have these awarenesses, it's a wow, 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 wow. That's the kind of energy that it is like all the time. It's like, really? There's more? Are you kidding me?
There's always more. There's an infinite amount of more. So, but it's something to receive. It's not something to struggle with. It's just something to receive. Grace, you know. Yeah.
Very, very, very much, Jane. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. And I think Katie's also in for more fun. And it was great to have you playing with us, Katie, today. And for anyone in the future. Yes, yes. You want to say something there, Jane?
Can you do that thing where you get her online?
Well, the thing is, the only thing with Katie is she's coming in with a Yahoo address. She mentioned that earlier. So it would be great to bring her in, but I think she's tapped in with her Yahoo. So,
Say thank you to Katie for helping to guide me to find my way home. She's been that for me, so I'm grateful for that.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Well, we're gonna sign off now in the next, so sorry, Katie's saying sorry, it is true about the Yahoo. So I think we're gonna sign off now. It is, I think we're just about out of time, and it was wonderful to have you on the show again, Jane. And I always look forward to playing with you because it's always such an amazing, just an opening, like this just beautiful blossoming of it, like a flower. It's almost like like this blooming feeling, like you know. And I love the way that you just hold that space. And obviously, if anybody would like to connect with you that is watching this, that's healingvacation with an SN.com. You can connect with her on that. You can email her, send her a message on email, or even I think you're also on Facebook, Jane Winter.
Yep. I got a couple.
There. So Jane, I'm going to hand it over to you to give your final little goodbye.
Well, aloha, everybody. You know, aloha is the spirit of the heart. And I'm just, thank you for listening and being with me today and remembering the gifts of God that we are to ourselves and to each other. So take the love and go forward and be all of who you are. Blessings. Aloha.
Oh, aloha, aloha.
I know.
Wow, I love that.
All right, Beverley. Hellos. Love you, dear. I can't wait to hug you in Hawaii one day.
Yes, well, it will be very soon. I definitely will be very, very soon. Okay, lots and lots of love to everyone who's been on the call, who's watched it live, or who is watching the replay. We'd love to play with you, so come and join us for more. We've got the Love Your Life show on Facebook at the moment, so you can go connect on Facebook, type in Love Your Life show, and you will find the page where you can sign up for any of the calls, see which one tickles your taste buds and which one feels really good to you. And that's it for now. Thank you for joining us. Lots and lots of love, and aloha. Aloha. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, everyone. Signing off. Lots of love.